I needed that! Look out! I see a trap nearby. Seven drown this land.
So that skin.
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap. Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap. Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Hail, Source Hunter. Good to see you've reached Lacula Forest. There were times when I came to this neck of the woods just to whiff its wholesome air. Alas, that it is thick with sorcery these days. It surrounds us here, like an invisible mist. Takes cat's eyes to see it creep. Even so, it's plain as day to the east, all about Ikara's cabin. Immaculates beset it, no doubt under Leandra's orders. If she has ordered such thorough defenses of her sister's cabin, we may be certain that whatever lies within will be a prize more precious than butter-baked plaice. That means Ikara herself must be there, Hunter, and it is essential that you find her. Only she can shed light on the details of Leandra's plans. Ha! Zigzags would see you dash rather than mosey. But matters such as these require a thoughtful approach. Leandra and her cronies may be lunatics all, but they're far from brainless. So be wary, Hunter, and be safe.
prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
The power of the giants!
I sense enemies nearby.
craves more.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
On the mend!
I feel better already.
On the mend!
In the name of the goddess, halt! Who goes there? A wanderer, you say? A lost sheep, perhaps, that has found its flock, the stable of Immaculates. Why, it's Silverglen, of course. Once the abode of miners, now the abode of the faithful. We have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what a stranger's ears, but you must know that but a short while ago, a frightful sickness felled us by the dozen, until she who speaks for the goddess brought us a cure. She showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. That is why we now live a life of devoutness and civility, so that we may become immaculate. But I suggest you talk to Father Loic if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess. Be welcome, therefore, to Silverglen. Blessed be all Immaculates.
The Immaculates here seem to be a friendly enough bunch.
Seem
Welcome
being
to
the operative
Silverglen,
word.
home and
Let's
hearth of
remain
Immaculates.
vigilant.
I wouldn't trust these sentries to guard a pig pen. Keep alert, comrades. There's something fishy about this place.
Over here, Hunter. It's me, Ahu. Source Hunter. You've made it into the hamlet of Silverglen, I see. Unnerving spot, don't you find? Leandra has fashioned herself a hero here, but the townsfolk don't seem to know the truth behind the conduit, though they call themselves Immaculates. They're thick as trout, if you ask me, and unnaturally obsessed with ancient teachings. I haven't seen Leandra here myself, but she must have put on quite a show of magical mastery to enthrall a crowd of shaggy miners, to have them hop on the bandwagon of a shadowy religion wholly alien to them. Haven't you heard them whisper of the blood? How their eyes shine when they discuss certain stellar stones? Star stones, of course, which drenched in blood become bloodstones and are used in healing rituals. Now, I can see how it could be a fantastic thing to nurse a dying human back to health, if all it takes is to sacrifice a toad. But I spy bloodlust in these people's eyes. A bloodlust that goes beyond the usual meaning of the word. They all act like they're following a benign goddess that will lead them to paradise. But I'll be a dappled Dalmatian if any of that is true. I've been shadowing the local priest, a man by the name of Loic. I have the feeling he knows more than most in Silverglen, for I've followed him in the night when he meets with cloaked strangers and goblins even. Mangoth, Hyberheim. Of strange things I've heard him whisper. Yes, this priest has shady goings-on written all over that smug, holier-than-thou face of his. But we must start at the beginning, Source Hunter. The White Witch is still at large. If we want to get to the true heart of Leandra's doings, we must start with her sister. And she's far likelier to be in her cabin among the trees than here among Leandra's followers. The advantage of being a puss, my friend, is that one can pussyfoot. A white-haired wizard draws attention, but a cat can move about unnoticed and, indeed, unseen. Not that I'm not extra wary of these bloodsuckers, though. There's a conspicuous absence of pets in this eerie little town. The Immaculate's presence here is highly disconcerting. But we mustn't lose sight of our mission, Source Hunter. The White Witch resides somewhere in the wilds of the surrounding forest, and we must find her.
Welcome be, O seeking souls, to this holy house of Immaculates. I am Loic, enlightened one among Immaculates, spokesman for the holy conduit, as she is spokesman for the goddess herself. Hers is the blood. Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them. We are the chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for such is her mercy, that we may all become part of the sacred soul. And you too, Seeker, could become one such part. You find yourself in the goddess's temple, therefore it follows she wants you to take the true path. So here, have this hallowed tome, read it, absorb the wisdom within, then find the second part and do with it the same. If an immaculate you want to be, a test of knowledge shall be your first step towards enlightenment. The conduit, yes. She, the most exalted of all, second only to the goddess. It was she who brought us first her divine words, then her divine will, a will made real in blood. Truly, though, she is quite beyond your concern, O wandering soul. She stands so very high above your humble station. The goddess is the light and life of all. Corrupt is the world that generations of men and beasts have left behind, but immaculate it may be once more, cleansed in the blood of the unworthy. The few, the proud, the enlightened, theirs will be her kingdom. When red has run until no red is left, a paradise we will have shapen, and the goddess will dwell among us.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become them.
Another one for the collection.
Farma Malbenita, a source hunter in Silver Glen. I have traveled mile on top of mile to find help, and now help has, how you say, appeared from skinny vapors. My story? Well, this is no small tale. I think perhaps you will be more interested in the, how you say, the short end of stick. I believe Lawrence, the leader of Mining Guild, tell my husband and many of other workers to mine deadly ore called tenebrium. Lawrence knew that this ore caused rot. Charming name, no? Yet ordered the miners to continue. Many men, my Ben among them, become the sickness. And now they, how you say, kick down the bucket. But the sickness, it is not normal. It kills swift and terrible, not unlike sores. My son Sebi and I travel from our home to find truth. But this has proven not so easy. My sweet little Pomargo Vizago, my darling Ben. We got along like, how you say, peas and ferrets. But here there is work, very well paid, in mines, clearing special rock from Silver Mine. So he leaves Sebi and I to come to Silver Glen. We wait with hearts like stones for some months. And one day we see familiar figure moving with strange steps on path toward cottage. We run to meet him and take him into our arms, but he collapsed at our touch. We help him inside and set him to rest. But he was in terrible condition. Each hour he grow worse, rot so fast we hardly recognize him after 2 short days. He slip away from us, and we bury him with much grief. When his father die, Sebi become restless. Being of the age, he join army and go straight to front line. Though I was nearly old woman, I join army as healer to be near and look after my boy. There we saw special legionnaire using strange weapon. And this legionnaire soon come to my tent with the same disease that killed Ben. I discovered the tenebrium ore in this weapon. It was the ore that killed them both. I come to Silver Glen to discover truth, and here I find Lawrence, that arrogant man, conducts his business without apologize to any. Exactly this. Please, Source Hunter, you must help me prove that Lawrence made his workers to mine deadly tenebrium. For your help, I offer blessing from my homeland. Se vi mal successos, mi plantos rizzarbo cae tormenti via nepo soggiai branco. Translation is difficult, but it means something like, if you fail, I will plant cherry tree and haunt your grandbaby beneath branches. Good luck. I will do my best to give answer, Source Hunter. I have not found scrap of civilization among these apes. Sebil longs for heaping plate of my famous sire mule, but the local fairs support no fine food, unless squirrel meat inspire you. As for neighbors, well, those cultists would rather sacrifice supper to goddess than eat it. May Zalmoxis strike him down, the murderer! I have one goal in Silver Glen, to make him share in the suffering he caused. I am certain he has gained from making those miners take the tenebrium. Now I have only to prove it. Nothing natural could cause such terrible disease at mere touch. If you ask me, I say dark magic, maybe even source at its root. Fuck that foul thing! A terrible disease. It transforms flesh of living into flesh of corpse, while infected person still lives. Arms grow black and heavy, legs grow black and heavy, hair rots from scalp. Cielo helpo min! Oh, what memories I have. This illness, this rot, it sounds very much like the disease that came to Home Forest.
If the scum who infected your forest are here, we'll round up every last one of them. You can set your clock by that, lady.
Back on my feet again. Sweet relief.
On the mend!
Conduit's grace upon you, friend. Seek her and you shall find salvation.
Aching to share a moment together.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
Blessed be, welcome to Silver Glen. Once a place of sin, now a place of salvation.
Delicious.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. You'll hardly impress the conduit with such a clouded look about your eyes. But not to fear, not to fear. I've just the potion for that.
Praise the goddess! Oh,
Right,
new order.
Friend,
Paul.
this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes! I can feel the goddess's finger coursing through my very veins.
Ah, thank... Oh. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now. What sort of magical relics can I offer ya? Blessed by the goddess they are, each and all.
Here you go.
And here's a shiny
Enjoy.
coin. Keep the change.
You dare disturb my rumination? It must be that you can hardly wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent recipe. I'll forgive this imposition if you'll make me a generous offer.
Business is booming year-round now that the mines are closed. Better to spend a day with a pint than a pickaxe, isn't that so? I'm on it.
Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that.
There we are.
Here you go. Here's a shiny
Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that.
Excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes! I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
I'd like to order a drink, please.
What's your poison, sugar?
I'd kill for a beer.
Sure thing, darling.
Righto.
A new order, Paul.
There we are.
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly.
Delicious.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
Hi there, sweetheart. Wanna have a good time?
Tell me, sweetie, you have someone, or are you always this one? These goblins are worse than a troll. Half of them, twice as many.
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone. So, do you fancy a trade then? Come now, before my ale arrives.
Oh, you startled me. Let me compose myself. Hello, stranger. How can I help you? Oh, me? Oh, I'm just the waitress around here, as you can see. My husband, Blosius, is a legionnaire currently stationed in Sicil, but I haven't heard from him in far too long. He's Will? But that means he's... Oh, no. Oh, not my cutie, broody buttercup.
You there! Back off! Bicky Boom! One more step and Bicky Boom!
No, don't go! Please help me! That thing is keeping me trapped here! It's crazy! It'll kill me!
True. Be my guest, buddy. What damage can a little squirt like you do?
Soaked to the skin. What's that gleam?
Hi there, honey. You look like you're in dire need of some fun, and I'm just the girl to fun you. Oh, sugar, that's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, yours and mine has hardly begun. What say we get better acquainted upstairs? I've got all kinds of, details to share with you. Indeed I do. And I'm just itching to take you places you've only ever dreamed of, darling. What's a lousy 250 gold between an adventurer like you and a fine piece of tale like the one I've got in store for you? Oh, that's the spirit, sugar. Oh, gold always puts me in the mood for a little romance. Follow me then, my knight in shining armor.
Tell me, sweetie,
Amazing.
you at some point...
Hurricane can remain in heat all
year.
year, it seems. Well, the cat's out of the bag. Nothing a healthy dose of the fear of the seven won't fix, though.
There you are, darling. Shall we get started then? So we shall, sugar. But do please ask your friend over there to give us a bit of privacy first. There you are, darling. Let's do it. But first, I need to know about your preferences, darling. You're in charge tonight, after all. So tell me, which sort best floats your boat? A savage, merciless witch, or a gentle, sensuous nymph? In need of a gentle hand, are you? Well, I've just the soft and sumptuous knoll in mind for you to rest your weary heads. Why don't we make ourselves comfortable and begin? Once upon a time, the patron goddess of feasting took a fancy to the humble spirit of insatiability. Of their union, a nymph, Clydella, was born. The child of parents so expert in flavour and quantity, Clydella's calling was clear. A master cook she became, the finest from Grounding Gulch to Wimpet Willow. Queens and sultans trembled before her crow's egg crumble. Dukes shed salty, toxic tears upon her sugared lion's wing. Clydella's cooking was beloved, yes, but to none so much as Clydella. Feasts she'd make and feasts she'd eat, licking up 3 wedding hams in the time it took to count them. More she craved, and more, till her clients had little more than crumbs to offer their guests. They'd wail and moan, but Clydella never quite heard them over the sound of her soup slurping. They stormed her kitchen, spittle flying, demanding dove roast, parsnip pudding, and pureed warg. But Clydella merely gazed upon them, blithely chewing jerky, and shrugged. Clydella's fame declined as the royals made deals with devils to find feasts as tasty as hers. But she never noticed one way or another. A nymph in her kitchen, frying and feasting was all she'd ever needed to be. Well, that's the end, darling. I hope it was everything you dreamt of and more. I know I had myself a bang-up time.
Not even worth the rummaging.
One man's trash is another man's trash.